So hello, let's talk about most overlooked and at the same time most common thing that happens inside teams. The better the team, the better they do it. What is it? Brainstorming? Delegating? No, it's feedback. Here is what are we gonna cover today. We'll discuss firstly wrong ways of giving feedback. We'll discuss why do we need feedback, what's constructive and what's positive feedback, and to finish we'll make some role plays. Feedback isn't just checking KPIs. I worked for a few successful worldwide corporations in my past, and nobody actually wanted the honest feedback. The only objective we did performance reviews and feedbacks was for higher bonuses and promotions. So when we introduced actual feedbacks at Outfit 7 from a leader and to a leader, we went off to build a $1 billion company. And I'm sure it played one of the most important roles on the way to our success. So feedback can also be dangerous. One of the dangerous feedbacks is diplomatic feedback. When we give it, just that others would like us more, like with fake compliments. My boss once told me that I was very creative. And at that moment, I really didn't find myself creative. And it made me thought, there is nothing more that I can be praised for. The other diplomatic feedback is to say something and really think or even talk differently behind their back. There is also one feedback, I call it top dog syndrome, when people actually make something up to push us down and to feel them better about themselves. Let's say, for example, somebody can say, "Oh, you are a loser, you haven't achieved anything so far in your life, and it's me making the game rolling." It might hurt a bit exaggerated, but I heard it a few days ago. There are different levels of danger. So the next level that's even more dangerous is when we do it with our energy. So when people work together, we always have a certain attitude and with different feelings we have. And let's say if they are negative, like anger or hatred, people can feel it. Let's say, for example, I have a desk that want to have it clean, and my colleague always comes and put his used cup on my desk. And I nicely ask him not to do that, but he just doesn't respect my wish. And once I'm pushed to this survival mode, and I shoot him with the energy from my plexus. And if my plexus is strong, and it should be strong if I want to be successful, I can damage our relationship and as well his aura, his energetic field. It's my responsibility to take care, to control or to cultivate how do I use my energy in my relationships and cooperations with others. So we can give feedback also without talking, just with the energy, and we have to be extra careful about it. In my opinion, the most dangerous thing is not to give feedback at all. You shouldn't take it lightly. It's not just a buzzword. Your people, if you are a leader, should know how they're doing. So we discussed why feedback is dangerous, but let's take a look why it can be useful. So feedback is the best way to improve teamwork, to make the teams better and effectively work together. And with the feedback, we understand others' needs and objectives and can help them to achieve those. So when do we give feedbacks? First, we give it when we are asked to give it, and this is permission to give feedback. Secondly, when my work is affected and I would like my team to be better, and this is the right to give feedback. Then the next one, performance reviews, if done properly, are a really nice way to give feedbacks in both ways. And this is the duty to give feedback. And then the last one is when there is something nice and we would like to make a positive remarks and that we just think it's worth to mention. So feedback is positive when something is done as expected or even better than expected. And feedback always needs to be honest. It's noticed if it's not. I think that we too seldomly give positive feedbacks because to balance for one negative feedback we need 7 positive feedbacks. People aren't telepathic and they don't know what do we think. Scott Galloway said that the happiest people are those that express their emotions. And we can see that in our roleplay with Yush. So Yush, I got your email with the final project report, financial. I need to take to the management board today, and I really like it. I think you put a lot of effort to it, that it looks like it does. And the special part I really like the most was the one with the project savings. And I think it will enable us to easier get approvals for the new projects we would like to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really put extra effort into saving the costs on the project because I wanted to show my skills, and also in the report. So it's nice to see that someone actually noticed those things.
Okay, so let's cut the roles. How did you feel?
It was cool because you went straight in and you said, look, this is what you did good, and it was honest. There was no BS around everything.
Cool, thank you. So let's discuss also constructive feedback and why constructive feedback is not called as a negative feedback, because nobody wants to make damage unless it's the top dog feedback we discussed earlier. And if we want to express something that we didn't like, we can always do it in different ways. And now in the next role plays, we'll check how not to do it at all, how to do it but I don't really like it, and how to properly do it and to take the best out of it. So Hayush.
Hey Isa, did you get my report?
Yeah, I just got your report yesterday. I have to go to the board today and I don't know what were you thinking. This is not a report we can submit to the board.
Was
there
something
data,
wrong with it?
Yeah, there is missing data. We have a template. There are special sections you have to put the data on.
The template
and some are empty. There are mistakes. How can you imagine I can go to the board and present this to the management? And I
thought I filled everything out, and
how can I get
I really tried my best.
How can I get another project approvals with the report like that? They will say we are like in a kindergarten.
Yeah, so
next time I will fire everyone submitting reports like this.
But I showed it to other people, and they said everyone.
What can I do now? To go there with a report like that?
Well, aren't you the boss? Shouldn't you be able to solve the situation?
Okay, so how did you feel about the feedback?
First of all, I didn't feel heard. Because when I tried to explain myself, you talked over me. And soon after a few reoccurrences, I started to feel hopeless because, well, what's the point of me trying to even solve the situation if nothing's working? So then 2 emotions were my finish. The one was the feeling of resentfulness to you because we went into a conflict, and the other was I don't feel safe here because I'm being attacked for my wrongdoings. And we're not trying to solve the situation, so it didn't feel good.
Thanks. Now we'll do the second technique, the sandwich technique, that is most commonly taught today in the business environments. So Hayush.
Hey Isa, did you get my report?
Yes, I got your report. Thank you very much. I can really say that the project you just finished was very successful.
Yeah, it was. We were all proud of it.
Yeah, under your management, and that we are all proud of it. I would like to maybe say that final financial reports should be done more accurately, more precisely, that all the missing data should be entered. Because the management board just requires those data to be in the final report, because when they put it together they need to compare it with other projects and so on. I have to go to the management board today with the report you prepared, and we'll see. But overall, I think you are a really excellent, exceptional project manager. And with the new projects to come, you will get even more opportunities to prove that you are great.
Thanks.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the feedback I just gave it?
Well, first it felt great because you opened it with a compliment, and I thought, yeah, this is going upside. We're just making progress. This is positive feedback. But then, as soon as you started talking about something I didn't do so well, I completely forgot about the first thing, and I was just like focused on, oh yeah, and I did this wrong, and I have this many hours still need to put in to repair the report, and then at the end, you're just like, oh yeah, and by the way, you're great, you're awesome. So I thought like you were just packaging the nasty things inside nice packaging, and you were feeding me like the nasty things and saying, oh yeah, but this is great, everything is great. So it didn't really feel honest and pristine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Let's now do the third one, the honest feedback when we can express our emotions. Hi, Yush.
Hi, Isa. Did you get my report yesterday?
Yes, thanks, I got it. I can say I'm under huge stress because of it. Because I have to submit it today in the afternoon, there is not enough time to correct it, and there are missing data. I'm really afraid not to get approvals for other projects I have to present there. I really don't know what to do.
So can I do anything to help you fix it? Because it wasn't my intention to like make you stressed out and everything.
I can understand.
Let's try to solve it.
Maybe we should find a solution, but like this, I can't go there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's break the character and analyze. How did you feel?
Well, it was immediate sense of guilt, but not that you wanted to put it in me, but I felt guilty for making you feel bad, and I wanted to help because it was genuine. It was
Yep.
I hurt your emotions because of my lack of, I don't know, because my report wasn't good enough, and I immediately went into, yeah, the report is just a side thing. What I actually want to do is help you not feel bad because of me. So
And
I
try-
try to search for a solution
For a solution, yeah.
immediately.
So let's finish with something impossible. Let's say you have to work in a project with people that are really hard to work with. But it would be nice to give them a feedback, or you are even asked to give them a feedback. And you don't want to give them a constructive feedback because it doesn't have any sense. And you can always give an honest feedback if you look it from the other side. So what have you learned during working with this person? What were the benefits for you? And you can always be grateful and say thank you for what you have actually learned. So if you like the video, you can read our book 7 Unicorn Drive, where we discuss feedbacks and other things we learned while building a $1 billion company.